everyone has such different backgrounds, everyone has such different experience. What can we all meet on that comes together at one point?
Well, I think if we're going to start with the environment, I think there's a clear goal. I would use goal in this instance because when you think of the environment, the first word that comes to your mind is sustainability. And basically it means using resources now to achieve the needs of the present while not compromising the needs of the future. Without the environment, we don't exist. So I think the most important thing would be to keep the earth functioning. Because once we lose the earth, we lose humanity.
I think it becomes a bigger thing where we have to be more compassionate towards each other and not be so insular. That's the thing I worry about. You know, we think so much of ourselves, you know, with social media and things like that, that I think thinking about the bigger picture becomes really difficult. And I mean, I struggle with it. Sometimes I find myself dipping in and out, and you take a step back and you're like, okay, so really something needs to change on a really big scale for things to be moving in a positive direction.
If you look at the first man, you know, basically the most basic need of man has always been to survive. And I don't know, I think that kind of made us kind of selfish. Each individual is looking at himself or herself first than the collective existence of humanity.
We create communities for ourselves. How does that fit into that?
Even though you're trying to survive as an individual, you probably see that you need strength in numbers or something like that, you know, maybe, you know, wolf packs, something like that.
Totally, yeah. There needs to be a united compassion for each other so that it becomes that we're all looking out for each other, and it's not more some people looking out for themselves more than other people will be.
If you're going to take a moment and not look after yourself, then the next thing you're thinking of is your family. So before you even think of other people. And I mean, being nice to a stranger is one thing, but really helping a stranger is another thing.
Totally.
You know? You could give a stranger like a pound or something, but you're not really helping by giving a pound. But if a member of your family was broke or homeless, you wouldn't give him £1, you would shelter him, yeah?
If you look at mental health and stuff as well, you have to look after yourself before you can help anyone else. And I guess it's not just an outward thing, it's also an inward thing.
Nobody's perfect, you know, so we're all going through stuff.
Totally.
But if someone else's stuff is bad enough that you can actually notice it, you should probably just reach out to the person.
I totally agree. Strong personalities tend to be people who know themselves. You know, it's like an innate confidence. You know, you're sure of yourself. It doesn't mean you have to be loud or, you know, boisterous or anything like that. It's about being able to stand in a room and be sure of why you're there, and you know, you say as much as you want or as little as you want.
Although there are a lot of factors that can affect that, you know, like your upbringing, the environment you grew up, you know, kind of friends you grew up with. People with weak personalities probably, you know, hit the roadblock somewhere, you know, in the upbringing, and it just didn't happen for them.
Strong personalities can be making up for something as well. It can be a residual factor, almost like a coping mechanism or a survival mechanism for people to be seen as confident and to be seen as sure of themselves, but actually they have no idea what's going on underneath.
I mean, they might be strong enough due to what they've been through, you know. You know, sometimes what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know, some people react to negative effects on their lives, and they come out strong, and some people just don't, you know, bounce back from that.
I think that's also to do with the people who are around them, though, because I think you're shaped by, again, your environment, the people who are around you, and if you have a strong support network, even if you've been through something awful, or you've to a certain point in your life you have struggled, in having a support network that can kind of hold you up and allow you to be who you want to be or who you are, without trying to push you in any direction. If you eventually get to those people and create a situation where you have those people around you, you suddenly kind of blossom and like become the thing, the person, the personality that you were meant to be.
Personalities are based on emotions, and I think we all go through different emotions at different stages of our lives. But the main thing is to be confident, that no matter what, you're going to be who you're meant to be. So whether weak, strong, doesn't really matter, because you're just reacting to emotions from things that are happening in your life.
Totally.
And that's what people need to understand, is those emotions are what makes you. So just, ride the wave.
Yeah. Should we have a shared vision?
Well, I think we should. And I think it kind of already is, because the main focus, like, on anything right now is the environment. Here in developed countries, I think it's more about sustaining the environment.
I think the reality is that in places like the UK, people aren't making as much of a change as they should be, even though they're aware, like they're fully aware of the things that they need to change.
We give too much value to entertainment these days, and we don't focus on
That's a good way of
the
putting
other thing, the other important things in life. We don't really focus on them. We just focus on, focus on entertainment, which I don't know. It's just, I think it's part of like our natural, like, like you said, like finding an escape. So.
Well, I just put a collective passion for cultural change towards a more sustainable society as a whole.
Oh, I just put protection. This is. I just put protection of the environment through sustainable development. That's all.